I woke up at exactly 7 o'clock on the dot, as per usual. I turned off my alarm, put on my slippers, and got out of bed as per usual. I carried my glass of water to the bathroom as per usual. I put the glass down, brushed my teeth, and rinsed my mouth as per usual. I dried my face with my towel and checked myself in the mirror as per usual. However, today was different. Instead of just glancing at the mirror, I stared, which was something I never did, as I was usually half asleep or had my mind on other things I deemed more important, such as work, romance, friends, family, and other things. I just stared at my reflection as if I was searching for something or someone I did not know but wanted to know. As I continued to stare, my mind became a complete blank, and I heard a voice ask,
"What's troubling you? What are you searching for?"
The voice that spoke was not aggressive nor demanding, but friendly and reassuring. It wanted to help, not hurt. To guide, not to lead astray. The voice sounded like my own, only softer and calmer. I took a step back and blinked in disbelief at what I had heard. Even though I believed it was just a voice in my head, I decided to answer it anyway, replying, "Who's there? Do I know you? What do you want?" in a slightly trembling voice. The voice answered me and said,
"I'm you, and do you know you? And do you know what you want? I'm here to help you figure that out."
My eyes searched around the room, trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. Failing to do so, I asked, more nervous than before, "Where are you? I can't see you."
"Look in front of you, in the mirror. That's where I am,"
replied the same calm voice. I looked back in the mirror and saw my reflection inviting me to come over and talk. It said,
"Don't be scared. I won't hurt you. I'm you after all."
I did not answer, but slowly made my way towards the mirror. When I arrived, my reflection asked me the original questions again.
"What's troubling you? What are you searching for? Why are you scared of me?"
I started to realize that I was in no real danger and that my reflection only wanted to talk, so I answered in a calmer voice this time. I wasn't scared, just surprised. My response left it puzzled.
"Why were you surprised to see your reflection in a mirror? Isn't that usually what happens?"
Reflections don't talk, and if they do, sound doesn't come out, I replied.
"True, but is the real reason you were so surprised is because you never really stop and look. I see you have the same routine every day. I also see you quickly glance at the mirror. That's the only time we really see each other, that brief moment in your life. Why is that?"
I quickly replied with two simple words. "I'm busy." My reflection questioned my reply.
"With what, may I ask?"
This reply made me think for a moment before answering. I hung my head and answered, "Everything."
"Everything? Is that what's troubling you?"
I replied with a simple, "Yes." My reflection put its hand on my shoulder and proposed,
"Is this what you're searching for? Answers?"
"Yes, how can you help me?" My reflection took its hand off my shoulder and asked me to.
"Lift your head up and I will tell you."
It waited for me to do as it asked before continuing.
"Could you break down what everything means?"
I took a deep breath and responded, "Life, just life, problems and stress at my job, personal issues with my loved ones and friends, financial issues causing me stress. Yeah, just life." After I finished, we gave each other a warm smile, both knowing that I had taken a massive weight of my shoulders. This meant that my reflection could now complete its mission. My reflection explained to me that it was going to advise me on each problem I had, starting with my job.
"We'll start with your job. What's been happening at work recently?"
The usual. Answering emails and phone calls, filing, making copies of documents, running the odd errand for my boss, and just generally making sure the place runs smoothly.
"What's so problematic and stressful about that?"
The boss giving tight deadlines, co-workers not doing their share, rude and impatient clients. After a while, it gets a bit too much. My reflection advised me not to take clients' attitudes towards me personally, suggesting that they too could be stressed and should do my best to ignore them. It also advised me to discuss any workplace issues with my boss and coworkers in hopes resolutions can be reached. My reflection finally suggested that the deadlines may not be as unreasonable as I think, adding that I should check my time management and see if it could be improved. My reflection then advised me on my second issue, my relationships with my loved ones and friends.
"You told me that you've been having issues with the people you care about." Could you tell me about that?
I recently got into a new relationship that at first seemed to be working, is now going downhill. My friends, who I've known for as long as I can remember, rarely answer my calls or texts. Finally, my family don't really speak or see each other as much as I would like. My reflection questioned me on the potential reasons why the people in my life have become more emotionally detached from me. I thought for a while, but couldn't find any reasons why. My reflection, seeing me struggle, suggested that the reason might be that I wasn't investing enough time in these relationships, leading the important people in my life to believe I didn't care enough. I initially denied this assumption, believing it to be inaccurate. However, after thinking about it, I realized this could be true. I had probably been spending more time in the office than with the people I loved. My reflection had made me see that I needed to improve my work-life balance to help solve the problem. It also agreed this would be the best way forward. My reflection now discussed with me the final problem, my financial situation. It asked me how I spend my money. I responded, the way everyone does. Groceries, bills, rent, odd expenses, personal expenses, the usual. Oh, and I'd like to buy a house someday. My reflection couldn't understand my problem.
You seem to have your finances under control based on what you've told me. So what's the problem?
Whenever I check my savings account, there just isn't as much there as I expect. My reflection questioned me on this point.
Your rent and bills are due once a month. That's some of your money accounted for. What happens to the rest? Are you sure you're not spending too much on groceries and personal expenses? Not a lot left to put into savings.
My reflection's response made me question my spending habits and lead me to realize I've possibly been a bit too frivolous with money and should try to review my budget. My reflection agreed this was something I should focus on in the future. My reflection and I had finished our discussion. I thanked my reflection for its help and advice. As it started to fade away, we said our final farewells. I closed my eyes, then opened them. Everything was back to normal. I waved my hand to see if my reflection responded as I did. It did. I nodded my head and said, "Thank you," before turning and leaving the bathroom. The time my reflection and I spent together had given me the help and advice to remove a lot of the stress and worry in my life, giving me the peace and clarity I wanted and needed to move forward and have a more positive and fulfilling life.